students, I hope all of you are doing great. So far, we have successfully completed two lessons. Now, we are moving on to the third lesson, which is the structure of the atom. With no further delay, let's start learning. Before we move into the structure of an atom, we should know what is atom. For instance, let's take a brick wall. How do we build a brick wall? Yes, we have to keep a brick over the other, and this should be repeated until we finish building a wall, isn't it? Here, a brick is a fundamental unit of a wall. We need a number of bricks to build a wall, right? Likewise, in chemistry, atom is a fundamental repeating part of molecules. Number of atoms combines to form a molecule or a compound. I hope now you all understood what is an atom. Now let's move on to the historical development of concept of an atom. Way back in 6th century BC, an Indian philosopher named Acharya Kanath hypothesized a concept of atom. He said that matter is not continuous and matter is made up of tiny particles called paramanu. In Sanskrit, param means final and anu means particle. He further added that two or more paramanu combines to form bigger particles. Then, in 5th century BC, Greek philosophers named Democritus and Lysippus thought about atoms in a similar way. They said that on dividing a particle of a substance, one could ultimately get a particle that could not be divided further. They named it as atomos. In Greek, atomos means indivisible. The theories of Acharya Kanath and the Greek philosophers remained forgotten for 2000 years. Later, when experimental chemistry evolved, it needed proof in order to be accepted. In the beginning of 19th century, an English chemist and a physicist named John Dalton put forth a theory about atoms, which is named as Dalton's atomic theory. According to him, atom is hard sphere and it has no charge. Today we are going to learn Dalton's atomic theory in detail. There are 6 postulates in Dalton's atomic theory. The first postulate of this theory is elements are made up of small particles of matter called atoms. Second one is that atoms are indivisible. Thirdly, atoms of an element have the same weight. Fourth one is atoms of different elements have different weights. Fifth postulate is it is the atoms that take part in a chemical reaction. The final postulate is the atoms of an element combined in a numerical ratio with those of other elements to form a compound. Let's understand these postulates one by one. Now, what is the first postulate? Yes, elements are made up of small particles of matter called atom. Let's assume this as a compound and each sphere as atoms. So this whole compound is made up of 10 atoms, right? So here 10 atoms repeat itself to form a compound. As we all know, atom is a fundamental repeating unit. So elements are made up of small particles of matter called atoms. Secondly, atoms are indivisible. Let's consider this sphere as a molecule. This molecule is further divided until no further division is possible. The final particle we get is known as atom. As we all know, it is a fundamental particle. And breaking of this atom is not possible. Third postulate is the atom of an element have the same weight. For example, let's take two carbon atoms. The atomic weights of these carbon atoms are 12, which is the same for both atoms. The atoms of same element have the same atomic weights. They have identical weight, identical size, and they have same property. Let's see another example. We'll take two hydrogen atoms. The atomic weight of these atoms are 1. They have same weight, same size, and same property. The fourth postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is just the opposite of the third postulate. It is the atom of different elements have different atomic weights. Let's see an example. We are taking one carbon atom whose atomic weight is 12, one beryllium atom whose atomic weight is 9, and one hydrogen atom whose atomic weight is 1. As we all see, they have different atomic weight. Do they all have same size? No. So, they have different sizes, different weights, and difference in properties. Let's move on to the fifth postulate. The fifth postulate is it is the atoms of element that take part in a chemical reaction. For instance, during a reaction, in a reaction mixture which has a number of atoms, one A atom combines with one B atom to give one single molecule AB. Here, atoms which are indivisible react to form a single molecule. Likewise, another AB atoms would combine together to form another AB molecule. These molecules will be found in a product vessel. As you see, there are lot of molecules, right, in a product vessel. So from this we will know it is the atoms of elements that take part in a chemical reaction. Let's see an example. One hydrogen atom combines with one chlorine atom to give one hydrogen chloride molecule. Likewise, one carbon atom combines with one oxygen atom to give one carbon monoxide molecule. Let's move on to the last and final postulate of Dalton's atomic theory, which is the atom of an element combine in a simple numerical ratio with those of other atoms to form a compound. Let's see an example. Say we have a compound AB. Now, what are all the atoms needed for the formation of a compound AB? Yes, we need one A atom and one B atom. So, the ratio of A and B will be, yes, 1:1. The ratio should be a whole number. No of or 3 by 4th atom will take part in a chemical combination. Secondly, say we have a compound AB2. Now what are all the atoms we need? Yes, we need one A atom and two B atoms. So the ratio will be 1:2. Let's see some more examples. The formation of a water molecule. As we see, we need 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. The ratio will be 2:1. Next, in the formation of phosphorus pentachloride, we need 1 phosphorus atom and 5 chlorine atoms, and the ratio will be 1:5. That's all for today's class. Let's see summary of today's class. Now, atom is the fundamental repeating part of a molecule. Acharya Kanath said that matter is not continuous. Matter is made up of tiny particles called Paramanu. In Sanskrit, Paramanu means the ultimate or final particle. The Greek philosophers Democritus and Lysippus thought that on dividing a particle, we could ultimately get a particle that could not be divided further. They named it as atomos. In Greek, atomos means indivisible. In 19th century, Dalton proposed an atomic theory. The postulates of Dalton's atomic theory are: elements are made up of small particle of matter called atom. The second postulate is atoms are indivisible. The third one is atom of an element have the same weight. Fourth one is the atoms of different elements have different weights. Fifth one is it is the atoms of element that take part in a chemical reaction. Sixth one is the atoms of an element combined in a simple numerical ratio with those of other elements to form a compound. Now we have come to the last part of today's class, which is assignment. Now the first question is a fill in the blank question. Atomos means dash. Second question is give the ratio of the atoms of the following molecules. The first compound is CH4, second one is CO2, and the third one is NaOH. In the third one, there are 3 atoms involved. The next question is give any 2 postulate of Dalton's theory. And the final question is a true or false question. Atoms from same elements have different atomic weights. Say true or false. Thank you, students.